What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Big Five Fuel channel, where we speak the truth, we're honest, we give our takes on the Miami Dolphins. It's going to be, for Dolphins fans, before Sunday, it's going to be a very long 5 days, 6 days after the game on Sunday. And I just had to take the day yesterday. I literally had to take the day and just not do any content. I was so frustrated, disgruntled, embarrassed of my own team's performance. And even my girlfriend, my amazing, beautiful girlfriend, Alyssa, who watched the game with me on Sunday, was like, "Babe, I don't think I've ever seen you that mad. Ever." And this team, dude, this team pisses me off to a degree. It is frustrating year after year. And what's the most frustrating about this is us Dolphins fans, we've done our part for 25 years. I've been alive for 23 of them. I'm 23 years old. I've never seen the Dolphins win a playoff game in my life. We've done our part. We have bought merchandise. We have brought in these players into our lives. Okay? Because we're talking about these players every single day. So this team is a part of our livelihood. This team, okay, this team, the Dolphins are a huge part to my personality. I love the Dolphins. So when I'm watching the Dolphins get absolutely smacked against the Indianapolis Colts, guess what? Everybody is going to be talking to me about the Dolphins the next day at work. That's exactly what happened, dude. And quite frankly, it's embarrassing. It's freaking embarrassing going to work and being like, hey, gosh, your team's awful, dude. Tua this and Mike McDaniel this, and you can't say anything. You can't defend yourself because what they're saying, it's all true. It's all true. This team is the laughingstock of the NFL right now, okay? You have these outlets and their power rankings. Guess where Pro Football Talk has the Dolphins ranked? Out of 32 teams, they have the Dolphins ranked 32. I mean, rankings don't mean shit, but the Dolphins are a bottom of the barrel team in the NFL right now. Honestly, they are a bottom 5 team in the NFL. It is them, it is the Tennessee Titans, it is the Cleveland Browns, it is the New Orleans Saints, and the Carolina Panthers. Those are the 5 worst teams in the NFL right now. You can debate the Giants, okay? You can debate putting the Giants in there. But those are the 5 worst teams in the league right now. The Dolphins are a part of the 5 worst teams in the NFL. They are bottom of the barrel. They are as bad as it gets when it comes to this league. And that's not a good feeling for a fan who has gone through so many rebuilds, has gone through so many points where we are at a we're at a scorching high, and then we are back down to earth like we were in 2023. And, us fans, we've done our part. We buy merchandise every offseason, during the season. Guess what? The Dolphins rivalry uniforms are going to be sold on NFL Shop tomorrow. You know how many people are going to be fucking online buying those jerseys? A plethora of Dolphins fans are going to be buying those jerseys tomorrow. A plethora of Dolphins fans are going to be going to the team store tomorrow to get themselves a rivalry black uniform. They don't care. There's some fans that do, and I'll get to that in a little bit. And we're going to talk more about that Friday. But we buy the merchandise. We bring these players into our lives. We buy the tickets. You can't even buy season tickets right now because there is a list of people on the waiting list to buy season tickets for next year. So, like me as a fan, for an example, I've done my part. I buy merchandise every year. I watch every freaking game. The Dolphins, you can see my studio downstairs is set up with Dolphins. My room is Dolphins. I am a hardcore Miami Dolphins fan. I will love this team till the day I die. But goddamn, dude, they bring me so much frustration, uh, uh, anxiousness. This team triggers me. This coach triggers me. I did not like Mcdaniel because of the jokes he cracked on the field during pregame warmups, or calling fake plays on the headset, or talking trash about Alabama on the headset, or his jokes at the press conference. I didn't like Mike McDaniel for that reason. I liked Mike McDaniel because he was supposed to be an offensive guru. And guess what, bro? 2022 and 2023 was the most fun I've ever had watching Miami Dolphins football, and that's because of the Dolphins offense. And guess who was calling plays on that Dolphins offense? Mike McDaniel. And now it's all crumbled. The cookie has crumbled in Miami. I don't think there's no fixing it. Mike McDaniel, I don't think he knows how to fix it. His response at the press conference, I'm going to play it. Yesterday was humiliating to the players. I mean, how are you a player on this team? And you listen to this clip, and how are you supposed to get motivated? How are you going to want to go out there on Sundays and play for this head coach? You are not going to... I know most of you probably know it. Some of you might not. But this was Mike McDaniel on the blowout loss 33-8 on Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts. We're going to play it right now.
I think we watched 93 out of the 136 plays as a team today, and that is not fun. Yesterday wasn't fun, but the point is that that you want you have to learn, and the NFL is a league of development and growth, and teams start out doing it. First 4 weeks is generally wild because people are figuring out who they are. On paper who you think you're going to be, but...
Time out. You've been the head coach of this team for 4 years. And you're saying now it takes you the first 4 weeks of the season for you to figure out who you are? No, motherfucker. It takes you the entire offseason to figure out who you are. You should have had that figured out who you are in the offseason. Not during the season. In a season where you need to win and your job is on the line. Let's continue.
In actual execution, who you are, and then molding themselves to that. And you have to continue to get better. I would say the good news and the positive is I don't see how it could be worse.
There it is. There it is. The positive is I don't see how it could be worse. Really now. Let's play it again.
Have to continue to get better. I would say the good news and the positive is I don't see how it could be worse. And I also believe in, the coaches and players to get it fixed because it wasn't, it's just a shame. It's you work behind the scenes for months on end and you don't show any of it. It's frustrating, but that can be a good thing. And that's what I saw from the positive. I also, you could tell, as frustrating as it was, the team didn't splinter and the effort still remained.
Okay,
Uh,
here's my thoughts. If you're on the podium in front of the entire media and you're saying this team isn't splintered, this team is splintered. No one asked you whether or not the team was splintered or not. And the fact that you got to go out there and you're going to say, the team's not splintered. This Dolphins team is splintered. And the positive thing coming out from this is it couldn't get any worse than that. It wouldn't get any worse than that. Are you fucking kidding me? The audacity. The audacity to say that. There's no positive coming out of that game. He should have taken accountability. You know what he should have said? The tape's not good. And I'm accountable that I didn't have to get the best game plan for the offense and for the whole team. Coach Weaver didn't have the best game plan for his defense. We need to study. We need to get better for this week. He should have taken accountability for his malpractice of a game last Sunday. And to figure out to see that happened against the Colts, against Daniel Jones, they kicked 3 chip shot field goals, which could have been touchdowns. If you're playing a team like the Buffalo Bills, who, by the way, we play in 9 days, that score would be 45-8, 53-8. If anything, you're lucky it was only 33-8. The Colts aren't even that good, and you're getting blown out like that. The biggest positive is that's the worst it's gonna get. We'll see. I hate saying that because I hate the Bills, but every time we play the Bills, it's always bad. It is always bad. Like, who is motivated to play for Mike McDaniel? And there's something that came out today. 2 things, actually, okay? And then we'll get to injuries and all that stuff. So, number 1, this is from Tony Pauline of Sportskeeda on Twitter. So, according to Tony Pauline and his sources, Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer could be fired by Stephen Ross if results do not improve over the next 6 to 7 games. 6 to 7 games. I cannot sit through this for 6 more games. I'm sorry. I can't go through another 6 games of this. If what we got on Sunday is what we're going to get every fucking week, I cannot go through that every game. I just can't. You got to see how this goes in 2. Because I'm telling you what. If you lose to the Patriots, and then when you lose to the Bills on Thursday Night Football, you're starting off the year 0-3, I'm firing them after that game. That way, you give the new head coach 9 days to prepare for the next game, which is Monday Night Football against the Jets. 6 games is absolutely absurd. Okay? Greer and McDaniel have 2 games to fix this shit. 2 games. If they go out there on Sunday and play the way they did, and they go out there next Thursday night and play the way they did, their asses are gone. And honestly, that's a great thing. So should we be cheering for them to lose? Because the sooner those two the sooner those two clowns are out the building, the better for this organization. And it could get real ugly on Sunday at Hard Rock Stadium. It could get really ugly. And it has came to this point, folks. It could get really bad. We know we have the casual fans who will always support the team no matter what, will always buy tickets no matter what, but I guarantee you are going to get some pissed off fans going to that game on Sunday. And there has been a GoFundMe set up to fly a banner over Hard Rock Stadium on Sunday that says "Fire Greer, Fire Mcdaniel." The goal for this person was to raise $900. Today, they have raised $1,055. And this would be a banner flown over Hard Rock Stadium over the game during the game Sunday against the New England Patriots. And the funny thing is, any funds raised above the goal will be donated to concussion/CTE research in honor of all the Dolphins QBs this organization has scrambled. I think that is absolutely hilarious. That is fucking funny. Any funds raised above the goal will be donated to concussion/CTE research in honor of all the Dolphins QBs this organization has scrambled. I think that is absolutely hilarious. And I'm telling you what, this will be our transition to the injuries. You can't fire Mike McDaniel without firing Chris Greer. You gotta fire them both at the same time. It cannot be one or the other. It's gotta be both. And Chris Greer, we thought the roster was worse. I mean, the roster is worse than I thought it was going before the game last week. We have so many holes on this team. So many holes. The offensive line, it's not even funny at this point. It is a comedy show. It is a comedy show with this Dolphins offensive line. They signed injury-prone players. Teron Armstead was great in his 3 years. Nothing against Teron Armstead, but he was hurt every week. Every week he would go into the game questionable. Okay? Austin Jackson has been injury-prone his entire career. He's been hurt every year. Besides 2023, he was healthy the whole year. Every other year, he's been injured. He's missed significant time. And he's already hurt. He's got a toe injury. So we'll see if he practices tomorrow or not. But then James Daniels. James Daniels tore his Achilles last year in week 4. They signed him. Their way of fixing the offensive line this year was drafting a guard, which he was not that good on Sunday. Drafting a guard and signing a player coming off a torn Achilles. That was their way of fixing up the offensive line. Well, you want to know what happened? Clearly, James Daniels' body can't hold up anymore because he dealt with an ankle injury. He went into the game on Sunday, questionable, and guess how long he lasted? 3 snaps. 3 fucking snaps he was in the game for. And then he's got a pectoral injury, and he's now on IR. Nice. He's now on IR. The Dolphins pick up Cole Strange off the Browns practice squad. He was a bust of a first-round pick. He got waived by the Patriots on cut day. And now he's on the Dolphins. And he could be starting on the offensive line on Sunday, which, that's not encouraging at all. I'm sorry. That's an absolute nightmare waiting to happen. So, it is week 2, and we only saw the new offensive line for 3 snaps before James Daniels got hurt and Keon Smith had to come in. And this is all Chris Grier's fault. It is Chris Grier's fault for signing these injury-prone players. It is Chris Grier's fault for not addressing the depth of the offensive line, that now we got to go sign players off the practice squad. We got to go sign bust off the practice squad. We got to go sign people like Cole Strange. Is Cole Strange going to make the offensive line better? I don't think so. So we could potentially be going into Sunday's game with Tua's blind side being Cole Strange and Larry Borom. I'm praying Tua makes out of that game. Absolutely praying he makes out of the game against the Patriots with our right side of the line being Cole Strange and Larry Borom. Chris Grier has done this offensive line no fucking favors at all. And you want to know something else? He fucked up horribly on tight end. He refused to give Jonnu Smith a raise, coming off a career year. And Jonnu Smith wanted that raise, and you weren't willing to give it to him. So let me get this straight. Jonnu Smith wanted it before the draft too. Let me get this straight. You knew since April, okay? April, that Jonnu Smith wanted a raise coming off a career year. Why the fuck did you wait till June to trade him and Jalen Ramsey and not do it before the draft where you could have gotten a solid draft pick? It's Chris Grier. It's Chris Grier, folks. And your answer for filling the most... You're basically... Your best receiver last year was Jonnu Smith. Your best weapon was Devon Achane. Your best receiver was Jonnu Smith. You mean to tell me you replaced the best receiver on the team last year with a player who was making fucking rap songs this time last year? You had to call the Giants to get this guy out of retirement. And guess what, bro? He didn't even play this week. You're out there with Julian Hill and Tanner Connor. Nice. Nice, Grier. That's another one. So, we have James Daniels. He's on the IR. Pectoral injury. They signed Cole Strange today. Is he going to start Sunday? I have no idea. Don't know. And then Darren Waller, he says, Mike Mcdaniel said they're going to try to get him to play this week with the hip injury. If he can't play this week, then he'll play next week on Thursday night in Buffalo. Woohoo. And here's another one, Grier. We all knew going into this season that the secondary sucked. The secondary is awful. Okay? Storm Duck was cornerback 1 going into this season. and you had to sign players off the street in July to try to catch them up to speed on the defense. Jack Jones looks like he should be playing in the UFL, let alone a starting team on the Miami Dolphins. Storm Duck is cornerback 1. He's an undrafted rookie. I guarantee you, if Storm Duck is on any other team in the NFL and not the Miami Dolphins, he's cornerback 3 or cornerback 4 on the depth chart. He's not a starter on any other team in the NFL besides the Miami Dolphins. And you got to sign these players only weeks before the season starts because you can't go out there with fucking trash on the field. So you signed Jack Jones, who was a lost puppy on the field. You signed Rasul Douglas, who was, at least he almost caught an interception. And then you're throwing out there a 5th round rookie who, again, just like Jack Jones, looked lost. And before him, Storm Duck got hurt. Storm Duck was getting roasty toasted by Michael Pittman Jr. And now guess what? He's hurt. Storm Duck is hurt. And he's going to miss weeks, according to Mike Mcdaniel, with an ankle injury. So now you're rolling out Rasul Douglas, Jack Jones, and Jason Marshall. So you had all offseason to fix this. And then guess what? Your pass rush doesn't get home. Your pass rush can't do shit against Daniel Jones. And it exposed your secondary. Week 1. The secondary's already exposed. Good job, Greer. Awesome job. You refused to address the positions you needed to address this offseason, and you didn't. So, that's all I got for you guys. Just a complete shit show. This team is. Sunday should be interesting. For sure. I don't even know if I want them to win on Sunday, to be honest with you. I'm in the camp that if the sooner we get Mike McDaniel out of this building, the sooner we get Chris Greer out of that general manager position and out of the organization, the better. So we might just have to suck it up and take the bullet. Again, that's all we do as Dolphins fans is we suck it up and we take the bullet. So I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. I got a fun day planned tomorrow. We will have week 2 of predictions, NFL week 2. We got some good games this week. I'm excited to chat them up tomorrow, either on the way to work or driving home from work tomorrow. And then we're going to have 2 videos tomorrow because tomorrow night I'll be at AEW Dynamite at the 2300 Arena in Philly, man. Very, very much looking forward to that. And it should be an exciting time for sure. A great card tomorrow night. My first time at the 2300 Arena. And my second AEW show of the year. My 6th wrestling show of the year. So that is all lined up for tomorrow. Friday, we'll have our preview of Patriots Dolphins week 2. Boy, Sunday should be very interesting. I'm telling you what, there's going to be some reckless fans walking into that building on Sunday. I'm telling you, there are going to be reckless fans walking into Hard Rock Stadium on Sunday. That first possession is going to be very telling. So that's all I got for you guys. I'm out. Have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, stay classy. Fins up. Go Dolphins.